There are now masteries for every skill in the game, and this video is the complete guide to these masteries, their benefits, and which you should prioritize. To claim a mastery in a skill, you need to gain mastery points, 10,000 points for each skill. To get mastery points, just play the game and continue to gain experience in the normal way you've been doing so. Quick tip, grow tons of high value crops and harvest those for a huge amount of sudden mastery points. Another big tip I can give you is to always buy books that give you experience in skills, especially the Book of Stars that gives you experience in all skills. These books can and will speed up the mastery point claiming process. Now onto the masteries. Let's get started with the fishing mastery. In my opinion, this is the least important one that you should most likely get last, unless you really need help with the fishing minigame. Getting mastery in fishing will give you access to challenge bait, a unique type of bait that will let you catch 3 fish at the same time as long as it's a perfect catch. Each time the fish exits the bar, you'll lose a fish. Challenge bait sucks, don't use it. You can now also find golden treasure chests when fishing, which is nice. There is better loot in these, and in these golden chests you'll find something incredible from one of the other masteries. But to really make use of this, you need to fish often. Now, the main benefit from the fishing mastery is access to the new and improved advanced fishing rod. This is like the iridium fishing rod, but considerably better. Now you'll have 2 spots for tackle, allowing you to get really creative and make your life considerably easier. You can combine tackles that make fishing easier, or you can combine 2 tackles that give huge benefit, like 2 treasure hunters to dramatically increase the likelihood of treasure. Either way, the advanced fishing rod is the only real benefit of the fishing mastery. The foraging mastery is next. It's a good one, but still not nearly as good as the others. The foraging mastery will give you the ability to craft mystic seeds, which after a very long 28 days will grow into mystic trees. Mystic trees have the advantage of looking awesome, but they will cause your mushroom logs to produce purple mushrooms. And if you drop a tapper on these, you'll get mystic syrup, the most valuable product you can get from tapping trees. Instead of selling mystic syrup, you could use it to craft up treasure totems, which will cause a ring of artifact spots to appear around you. Always use these in an open area so that they do not get wasted. And lastly, the foraging mastery will give you the ability to find golden mystery boxes during your adventures. These golden boxes contain some really good rewards, but nothing crazy. If these could give you magic rock candy, then they would be amazing. The combat mastery is really good, and this is where it gets difficult to decide which to prioritize. With this mastery, you will get a mini forge. It does exactly what the regular forge does in the volcano, but it's small and portable. You can drop it anywhere on your farm and even take it with you on your adventures. However, this is only a convenient benefit, so not that important in my opinion. The main benefit of this mastery is the ability to use trinkets. There are 8 trinkets in the game, and you can get all of them from simply defeating enemies or from treasure chests in the Skull Cavern. The Basilisk trinket will make you completely immune to debuffs, which is cool, but the Slime Charmer ring is good enough. The Fairy Box trinket is my favorite so far, mostly because there's a cute little fairy that will follow you around, and this fairy will heal you ever so slightly, ever so often. I like this one because the fairy is permanently visible, and it just looks cool. The Frog Egg trinket is an odd one. This frog will hop around and follow you. The frog can shoot out its tongue and grab an enemy, slowly devouring the enemy until it's ready to grab another. It basically one-shots any enemy, but it seems that you won't get any loot from enemies defeated this way. The golden spur is really cool, especially if you enjoy using daggers. This will give you a small movement speed boost whenever you crit an enemy, kind of like the warrior ring but better. The ice rod is really cool. This will shoot out some ice beams and freeze enemies in place. This trinket will make defeating flying enemies considerably easier, as they won't get knocked back when you hit them. My second favorite so far, magic hair gels, the only trinket that you can't get from defeating monsters. You can buy this stuff from Alex at the desert, and it makes your hair change colors like a prismatic shard. The magic quiver sounds good in theory, but it doesn't seem that good. It will shoot out an arrow at enemies every so often, but it does very little damage, and yeah, not my first pick. Lastly, we have the parrot egg, and this one is really interesting. This parrot will follow you around, and whenever you defeat an enemy, there's a chance that the enemy will will drop some money. If you have a high level parrot, you can get a lot of gold using this. We will also gain access to an anvil. The anvil is used to re-roll the random stats on some of these trinkets, including the fairy box, the golden spur, the ice rod, the magic quiver, and the parrot egg. I would highly recommend re-rolling your trinkets constantly until you get the highest level with the best stats. It does cost 3 iridium bars to re-roll, so save up and do it, it's worth it. All in all, trinkets make this combat mastery really fun but not as valuable as the others. The mining mastery is extremely good. First, you'll get access to heavy furnaces. These can burn 5 bars at the same time and only use 3 pieces of coal, effectively saving you resources and have a chance to yield extra bars. I don't even need to convince you how good this is. Then all gem rocks like these will now always drop double the amount of gems. So diamond hunting could be a valid use of your time now. Now for the real, true, ultimate benefit. The statue of the Dwarf King. This thing only costs 20 iridium bars to craft and it's quite exceptional. Every day you can click on this statue and you will get to pick between 2 mining related buffs. All of these benefits are incredible. You can be completely immune to bombs, giving you a stress-free skull cavern run. You can get an extra ore for every node that you mine, which would be insane if you get deep in the skull cavern. Greater chance to find coal, which worked out much better than I had expected. Greater chance to find geodes, which isn't bad, and now for my favorite benefit, a greater chance to find ladders and shafts. Listen, we all know that the main objective of any skull cavern run is just to get deep. This means that if this benefit is up for grabs, I'll be taking this every single time. I'll most likely even grab these buffs even if I have no intention of entering the mines. It just be like that. Now for the number 1 mastery that I would always pick first, the farming mastery. Right off the bat, you will get an iridium scythe. This will harvest more hay from grass, which is good, but more importantly, this thing will allow you to harvest any crop with a simple swing of your scythe. This is random, but emerald rings will increase your scythe attack speed, allowing you to harvest more crops quicker, which is a nice little bonus. Next, we can now find golden animal crackers throughout our adventures in the game. The best way to find these is from golden treasure chests and treasure rooms in the skull cavern. You can give one of these to your animals to double their production of animal produce. Works best on goats as they produce the most profitable artisan goods. And the last benefit from the farming mastery is the glorious statue of blessing. This thing is extremely expensive to craft, so start saving up early in your playthrough. 300 moss is not that easy to get your hands on. You can click on this one today to get a random buff. The strangest buff, which is more like a quest, is the blessing of the butterfly. This will spawn a butterfly somewhere in the world, and if you manage to find this butterfly, you will be given either some gold or a prismatic shard. Blessing of energy will give you infinite energy for the day, which seems amazing, but at the end game you'll most likely not run out of energy anyway. Blessing of fangs is amazing if you are heading into the mines, as it gives you plus 10% to your critical strike chance, which is insane really. Blessing of friendship gives you bonus friendship points. Utilize this on somebody's birthday with a loved gift. Blessing of speed will give you a small speed buff, which can naturally be combined with other speed buffs to be an absolute speed demon. The blessing of waters will make the next 3 fish you catch easier, mostly used to try and catch lava eels as they can be tricky. And lastly, the blessing of luck, which gives you +1 to your luck stat, which means there's now a new highest possible luck. You can get one of these incredible buffs every single day, so yeah, the farming mastery is most definitely the best and should be your first mastery. That was every mastery in the Stardew Valley 1.6 update, and this video has the new and improved ways to get rich in this update. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more, but for now, I will see you in the next video.